Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Thanks to the work of the Biden administration, Dr. Fauci, we already have millions of kids around the country who have gotten vaccinated.
Put both of their ass in jail. This mass murder, put both of their ass in jail, prison, slam a yard, turn the lights off.
Which means that if you're still thinking about it, get informed, talk to somebody you trust, your family doctor, your pediatrician, a school nurse. Get more information.
No way they rolled this out. But boy, oh boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Oh, this is getting good. It just gets better and better and better. People ought to be walked out with their hands behind their back. Put your hands behind your back. I'm just saying. They say, Rick, all hell, here he goes. Yeah, here I go. But it's not looking good. Oh, this gets real good. Tulsi Gabbard just dropped a bomb on Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. He better lawyer up. There's a huge joint investigation going on right now. Oh, and I can't wait to see how this all plays out. But let's roll it.
The thing that we are working with Jay Bhattacharya, the new NIH director, on with, as well as Secretary Kennedy, is looking at the gain of function research that in the case of the Wuhan lab, as well as many of these other biolabs around the world, was actually U.S. funded and leads to this dangerous kind of research that in many examples has resulted in either a pandemic or some other major health crisis.
Well, let me ask you specifically, because we already know that EcoHealth Alliance was partnering with this Wuhan lab to do gain of function research.
That's right.
We just have never been able to have somebody say, it was that exact experiment that led to this COVID bug. But have we gotten there? What's the new thing that you're digging in on?
We are working on that with Jay Bhattacharya and look forward to being able to share that, hopefully very soon.
Okay.
That specific
link.
Correct, between the gain of function research and what we saw with COVID-19.
I mean, that would be extraordinary because just so the audience knows, if that's true, if it was Peter Daszak's research with the Wuhan so-called bat lady that caused this pandemic, then we did fund it. Then Anthony Fauci helped fund the pandemic.
The thing that he denied over and over and over to Senator Rand Paul's questioning.
That's right, under oath.
Under oath, exactly. So is it any wonder that he sought a preemptive pardon for anything during a certain period of time?
Preemptive pardon. Pardon. Why the hell would you need a pardon? If you know you're in the clear, that you're such a great person and that you've done nothing wrong, why do you need a pardon? I tell you, the biggest scandal in American history, the biggest cover-ups, the biggest crimes. The hell with you Democrats. And plug the machine up into the wall. And people still riding around in the car by themselves with a mask on. In the car by themselves. Some of y'all still get in the shower by yourself with a mask on. Walking around the house, in your house, with a mask on.
By President Biden before he left office.
And then strong-armed and smeared people like Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, anybody who came out and said, I don't know if that's natural. This actually smacks of lab.
And the reason why this is so important is not just what happened in the past, it's because this gain of function research is happening in biolabs around the world. I got attacked, and I think you saw this, we've probably talked about it on your show before, when I warned against US-funded biolabs in Ukraine when the Russia-Ukraine war kicked off for this very reason. Who knows what kinds of pathogens are in these labs, and if released could create another COVID-like pandemic. And for that, I was called a Russian asset. You're, trumpeting Putin's talking points, all of this nonsense, simply for speaking the truth and stating facts that, by the way, are still on U.S. Embassy Ukraine's website today about how the U.S. has funded these biolabs in Ukraine. But my point is, in order to prevent another COVID-like pandemic or another major health incident that could affect us in the world, we have to end this gain-of-function research and provide the evidence that shows exactly why and how it's in our best interest, the American people's best interest, to bring about an end to it.
So then why is it that, even President Trump's former Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams, said that people will die with the decision of not using mRNA vaccines for virus? There's been a lot of scientists, a lot of doctors who have disagreed. So where is the disconnect with the science?
Well, first of all, what experts says is not science, and we have to get away from that. We were told during
The experts.
COVID, trust the experts, but trusting the experts is not a feature of either science or democracy. It's a feature of totalitarianism and of religion. With science, there's always questions, and we're always encouraged to ask them. Science is always evolving. In terms of the critiques of the former Surgeon General, I haven't spoken to him. I don't know what he had in mind when he made those statements. It may be that he was reacting to press accounts that described what we're doing and much more expansively than what we're actually doing. Otherwise, I would just say that he is not reading the science. As I said, there's over 5,000 peer-reviewed studies now that chronicle in detail the injuries from the COVID vaccines, and these include very serious injuries, and particularly to young people, from myocarditis and pericarditis, and blood clots and aneurysm.
Oh boy, this is the greatest mass murder in human history. No one can be pardoned for treason or crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity, he's a monster. This monster needs to be held accountable for crimes against humanity. Put him in jail now. Now. Lock him up for crimes against humanity. Dr. Evil needs to face justice immediately. This guy's a sick individual. Pelosi as well. In my opinion, Tulsi Gabbard is underrated. She's awesome, and she's not afraid to tell the truth. Throw that murderer in prison. Crimes against humanity at the minimum. He needs to be held accountable for my husband's murder by hospital protocols for 19. There are millions of families whose lives have been destroyed because of this man. Yeah. And again, you guys, y'all know Rick gonna come here and keep it real with you. And if you enjoy the coverage, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family. And it takes a lot of courage. Man, it takes a lot of courage. Say what y'all want. It takes a lot of courage to do this kind of coverage, man. And I hope everybody that's tuned in right now, again, that you are blessed, well, and healthy. That you have a great 2025, and especially these next couple of years, that you and your family, your kids, your loved ones, that everybody is blessed, well, and healthy. Especially in these dark, sick, violent, corrupt times that we are living in and have been through, But this come from Explain America. Tulsi Gabbard just dropped a bomb on Anthony Fauci. He better lawyer up. Check this out.
Kyle Becker. So are we going to get accountability for Dr. Anthony Fauci? We've been waiting for this for a long time, whether it's Rand Paul referring him to the Department of Justice for lying under oath to Congress, or for his illegal, sneaky backdoor funding to the Wuhan laboratory we saw with EcoHealth Alliance. Well, there's a new wrinkle in this because we have a Department of National Intelligence and a director, Tulsi Gabbard, who just issued a statement that should have Fauci lawyering up because that preemptive pardon he got is not worth the auto pen signature that was put on it. So before we get into this, please like, share, comment, Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's been one of the highest paid civil servants in U.S. history. And you go all the way back to the 80s and his complete debacle with his handling of HIV/AIDS. And everything from, the beagles, remember the sandflies with the puppies on them? And
I read on that.
This guy's just been a monstrous excuse for a public health official for decades. He's been cozied up to Big Pharma. This guy's been out of line for a long time and has been really doing a disservice to health in this country. And it's a good thing that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in there to at least shake things up. You don't have to agree with everything he does or what his particular stance is on every issue. I find it refreshing to hear another voice in there because the groupthink and the cozying up to Big Pharma, that stuff's got to stop 100%. So Dr. Anthony Fauci, getting accountability on him would be a huge benefit to us because it would show that our officials, even public health officials, they are not above the law. If they go into Congress, they commit perjury, and they lie about their funding of a CCP laboratory that many people, including government agencies, have concluded is very probably the source of the that happened a few years ago, then by all means, it's legitimate to bring him up on a criminal investigation. Well, one of the things that happened at the end of the Biden administration is Fauci got a preemptive pardon. But one of the things that's happening right now is those pardons are being put under a microscope, and the preemptive pardon aspect of this is quite novel and needs to be tested in court. And I think what better person to test this out on than Dr. Anthony Fauci, because honestly, he has been proven through his emails and his numerous duplicitous statements to be very dishonest and deceptive person. And we need public health officials and all officials to be trustworthy, honest, and forthright with the American people. This is not going to happen unless there are penalties for lying to us, for defrauding us, for misleading us. We need to have the rule of law put in place as guidelines to keep these officials in the box and doing the right thing for the American people. So if you have any thoughts on this, please like, share, comment, explain America. We really appreciate it.
Jay Bhattacharya, the new NIH director, on with, as well as Secretary
Experiment that led the pandemic.
The thing that he did.
Yeah, this is what we just showed y'all, And like I told you, the people want accountability, man. Justice. Justice immediately, Especially when it comes to crimes against humanity. But again, it takes a lot of courage, man, to do this. I love you guys, man. And we are so back, man. We are back. And the man that's supposed to be in there is supposed to be in there right now. Just for moments like this, But we'll see what happens next, what takes place, But we are rooting for accountability, for justice. And we are also rooting for a better way of life for everybody, no matter where you're from, age, your skin color, we don't care. One love to the human race, man. I love you guys. And again, we want to send our love and condolences out. We know tons of lives have been, impacted, changed, devastated, especially what has taken place these last couple of years in this world, and especially in this country, But we all live in a very, very fast time travel, man. And quite frankly, we don't know what to expect next. And that's real. And everything is temporary. I know some people hate to hear that, but that's the truth. Everything is temporary, man. So I encourage you to spread love to one another. To be a great human being, it does not take much, man. No matter what side you're on, no matter your views on politics, no matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, no matter if you're in the middle, no matter, put things aside and just be a great human being, man. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.